Hello, today I would like to talk to you about taking effective notes. I'm Sydney McMillan and I'll be making this presentation. So there are a lot of ways to take notes. Pretty much anything you can think of can be made into a form of taking notes. Some that I thought of were the Cornell Method, bullet points, making an outline, drawing a mind map, or making one online. Drawing pictures, or just connecting key points. So there's a lot of ways. None of them are wrong, though some of them may work better than others depending on the person and how they like to say. A few things to look for though are how well can they be used for review? Can you decipher them yourself? Can other people decipher them? Do you even want them to? Are you trying to write down the whole lecture or just the key points? So when you're making notes, you're not just trying to write down information. You should be trying to think, okay, how can I use this to help me review so I can do well in a test or so I can remember this information? You don't just want to write down information to write down information. So that's something to watch for. The first one that I mentioned earlier is the Cornell method. So you can see with this example here, you draw a line down the left-hand side of the page, and then you have your right side where you make notes, and then your cue column is on the left. At the end, after the class, you summarize your notes, and on this left-hand side, you ask questions, and you can put questions there before and after if you like, and to see what you have that gets answered, and the stuff you can be looking for, or just your um, transferring of the notes. Because when you're doing the note taking in this right-hand column, it can go by very quickly, and so you might just be writing, scribbling down because you want to make sure and get all the information that you feel like you need to save. So then when you come in afterwards, very soon afterwards, you don't want to wait. You come back in, then you can make those adjustments and have something to study off of. Bullet points are really fun. Um, so with bullet points, you can see from this example that I put on here that you can do different dots. For myself, something I really like to do is just do a dot and then a dash underneath that off to the side, and then under that, if I need to do another one off of that, I can do another dot and all the way down. So it's super simple the way that I do it, but I've seen a lot of people that love to do fun stuff like that and just kind of animate it and make their own little code. An outline is that's the one I use. You have your main topic, and under that a little ways you have an indent with a subtopic, and then another indent under that with some facts or something that supports it, or just something you want to remember that goes along with it. So it's very simple, very basic. You can do it really fast, so that's one of the reasons I like it. A mind map, it looks kind of crazy right here, but if you'd been the one who'd drawn it, it would make a lot of sense. I've done this before, and you just have one big main idea in the center, and then going off of that, you have another part, and then off of that other part, you have another part, and it branches off and goes lots of different ways, like you can see in this picture. So you can make them really fancy, really simple. Um, yeah, that's a fun one. Another way is drawing pictures. This one is good if you're an artist and if you aren't trying to take extreme in-depth notes. Um, it can work really well if you have a hard time reading and going back over your notes. You can look at them. It's not very good for testing yourself or seeing the review or the knowledge gained from it, but it does work for some people. This one kind of just goes along with all of it. It's connecting key ideas where you have one idea and it's written up here, and then you have a bunch of information, and then you have another idea down here, and you think, oh, those two need to go together, but it's already not, there's no room to put them together. So you can draw a line and connect them, or just have them all be together. That one is kind of really simple to understand. put it in here anyways. One thing though that will really determine your notes and help you know whether they're successful or not though, is review. How well can you review based off of your notes? There's this thing called the forgetting curve where you have your gained information up here and over time it goes down and you only retain about 25% of the knowledge. So that can be stopped, and so the forgetting curve is shortened by constant review of the knowledge. And I'll put it in the cards, but right here, this video will take you to the video that can talk about a little bit more about overcoming the curve and having memory like an elephant. So you can see here, without any review, it drops down. But if you review immediately after class, 24 hours later, 1 week later or sooner, and then 1 month later or sooner, then much less is forgotten and you retain that information, which is kind of the point of it. If you don't retain the information, it didn't really do you much good to go in the first place. So something to keep in mind: to take effective notes, follow the KISS principle, which a seminary teacher taught me that. And that was really weird when he said it, but it does work. Just keep it super simple. Don't try to get too fancy. And that is my presentation. I hope that it can help you make better notes and just overall be able to have a more enjoyable experience and be able to remember your information that you put in your mind and be able to make educated decisions on it in the future. So thank you.